10 o'clock. Sue-Ann, have you started us up?
Yep, looks like we're live.
Okay, good. Okay. I want to welcome everybody to Unconventional Wisdom, our CSE podcast, Thursday, 10 Central Time, 10 a.m. Central Time. And I'm not going to give out the phone number today because we don't have our regular engineer who has all our phone equipment. Sue-Ann is substituting, so she's a brave person, but she doesn't have all the phone equipment. So no phone calls today. And we got Randy on here, and I don't think Keith sent out a notice earlier to myself and all his clients that he would not be sending out. He'd be out of town on Thursday and Friday. Well, he's been sending out his notices all day today, but maybe he's not going to be on the podcast because he was having to go to a relative's funeral in up some other state north of him, if you can get that much further north. Marcus, a normal engineer, is out of town. We have Tony and Micah and Randy and myself. And Micah hasn't shown up yet, but he's going to be here. He's temporarily lost, but he'll be here. We had nothing really, astounding on the great things I'm supposed to say that have changed the markets today. At the moment, I didn't see anything. I think that the last 3 days have really been unusually kind of calm and dramatic, changes in the S&P. And so just wild, crazy markets, which is when our techniques work the best. Randy, what has been going on over there in your world? And I noticed you're sending out lots of transactions, and I saw a lot of sell to closes. So what's
Yeah, it's definitely a wild market. Really good for the micro moment trading, trade the moment. But on Monday was our webinar for Advanced Charting Platinum Service, the coaching on how to read Advanced Charting. And Advanced Charting is the proprietary charting package at Compound Stock Earnings that uses, I think, 21 different technical indicators kind of all rolled into one for an easy to read and understand chart as you go through the training. And we look for identifying the beginning of new cycles. And the market has been slowly trending up. Of course, this week it doesn't feel like it is, but it has been slowly trending back up. So we've been looking for new rising cycles, and actually found one. Verizon was back into a new rising cycle. So we're looking at that one. But the rest of the week, the charts have been showing decline. So it's been a weak market, as everybody probably can see with what's been going on today with the Dow down over 300 and S&P down over 33. So we're just kind of waiting for that next rising cycle to begin.
I think they're coming to get me.
Yeah, they're coming to get you.
You hear all those sirens, yeah.
Okay. But the charts help tell us what to be doing. So it's important to be looking at those charts. That's and right. Advanced charting helps a lot.
If you want to learn that, Randy's advanced charting seminar has been around now for some time. Lots of people, week, and it's really good, along with the covered call seminar also. Tony, I don't know what in the world is Mike's problem. Maybe that fan got him. That big Julian fan got him. So Tony, why don't you kind of? I know you've been gone a couple of days. Hold on a minute. I gotta see if this is from Micah. Okay, this is from Micah. It says trying to join, not sure what the issue is, but figuring it out now. So he's trying. So he'll be here. We had Micah and Tony. This is Tony that you're looking at. Does their daily seminar. Tony's been gone a couple of days, and Micah filled in, did real good yesterday and for 2 days, and then today they both each. I think Tony had 3 trades, Micah had 2. their service is really kind of a split dual thing. They start off in the market when the market opens with their trade the moments, and then they typically leave after a little while, in say an hour or so, and they'll come back. Maybe they both come back, maybe just one comes back, but you leave up your trading, our proprietary program. You just leave that up, and when they come back, you'll get a notice. If you've subscribed to the service, you'll get a notice, a text on your cell phone that says they are coming back for the second session. And they may run all the way to 3 o'clock when the market closes, and they'll do more trades. But you get a notice of that, so you don't have to sit there, because a lot of times they'll sit there a long time. So you just don't have to sit there in front of the screen and not do anything. But they had 3, 4, 5 trades this morning for a total of 30. What was it? I said it earlier.
Should be around 33% or something like
30, yeah, 34%, 34.70%. This morning had 3 QQQs, 2 apples trades, and the returns to date, as I speak, 86.98 for the week. And so that's real good. You get those trades live. They're doing them in their own accounts. You get them live, real money accounts, and you get a prep before it goes out, and you get when they execute the trade, when they get out. So you can follow them along. Same thing with Randy. Randy's been doing this for a long time, about 9, 10 years. And he's got tremendous following and puts out probably one of the more prolific trader I've ever seen in my life. I don't know how many emails that I get a day to put in the Cow Report. All these emails go up in the Cow Report. So you know what these folks are doing. I did get one email, Tony, this morning from Kathy. And she said, "Good morning. Today on the podcast, would you have Tony and Michael explain in detail the use of the E1, E2, and E3 on our advanced charting? I had several good trades so far this morning. I'll get the numbers for you for tomorrow's webinar, meaning the trade the moment thing that we do in the morning." I'd asked her if she could get them to me for the podcast today, and she said she would try. But she had several good trades this morning. You don't have the ability there to pull up the charting to show E1, E2, and E3 on this pod.
I think we lost Joe. Joe?
I don't see Joe. I'm still here. It looks like you're still here.
Yeah. Joe is gone, but
He must have hit the wrong button.
yeah.
But you'll have to go through tomorrow in your webinar. You'll be able to talk about E1, E2, and E3, so the people can actually see the charts. Then they can be following along.
Well, I can briefly discuss kind of the thinking and the thoughts behind using them. So, of course, you're using all of the indicators, but for me and my strategy that I've been using, E1, E2, and E3 are the best in my view to help predict the coming momentum and how long the current momentum will last. And so for anyone listening out there, that Kathy in particular, if red oh, there comes Joe coming back on.
Okay, Mike should be on there. When he came on a while ago, he showed up on my screen. I disappeared.
Yep.
Yeah.
You did the vanishing act, Joe.
Yeah, you got Houdini.
Yeah. Well, do y'all see me or my voice?
I do not.
No, we don't. Yeah.
You see
we don't see you, but we can hear your voice. I think it's like you're the man behind the curtain right now.
Now
Oh, there you go.
You should see me now. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm there, and I think maybe that's Micah coming on.
Okay, but Joe, I was kind of going over real briefly what we use. I can't really. I'll have to show the listeners tomorrow in more in depth.
Yeah, exactly. Let me see what I was going to say when I got cut off. That's exactly what I was going to say. Is tomorrow, if they'll tune in to the macro moment seminar that y'all do in the morning at when the market opens at 8:30, then you can go into detail on explanation because she'll be there. Kathy will be there. She's the one to ask the questions, and she's the most important one. And you'll be able to explain to her so that you have the charts up. So go ahead and say whatever you were going to say. I just want to make sure we got.
Yeah. So yeah, so how we use E2 and E3 and E1 at all different time factors, and they're helping us to predict the current state of the momentum that we're in, and it also is helping us to predict the direction of the of any upcoming momentum, and it really helps us. It really helps us with our entry points, and also it helps us with our exit strategy as well. So it's a good mix. But I can go over more detail of the lines and the correlation between reading them and stuff like that, because I don't have them up in front of me right now. But once the viewers and listeners get the relationship down between the red and the blue lines and the positions of those lines on their charts, they're going to be very successful using in micro moment trading. They'll be very successful, I think. So
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's what's really interesting when you see that chart, and Randy can speak to this more specific, been doing it for a long time. You can see, like this morning when I was watching exactly what Tony was talking about when he was getting ready to go into that QQQ trade, and then when he put in his order to sell, then when he actually executed that order to sell, you can see it right on the chart. I mean, the charts tell him exactly precisely what to do, and in the chart is so immediate in its reactions that you could see instantly he changed his mind during the process by the time he entered the trade or what exactly he was going to enter before he actually entered it, his prep.
Mm-hmm.
And he changed his mind, and you could see it on the chart. You could see why he changed his mind on the chart. So you get really intimate with that chart when you get used to it, and it's really if you just follow it, you're going to be successful with it. So
right. And because the chart's so technical, micro moment is very, very just a technical. I mean, all trading is technical, but because it's micro moment, there's a lot of less fundamental factors that are involved, and honestly, more fundamental factors involved in the day in and day out. It's better for us because it creates more volatility, and we're able to see that, and the charts are able to show us that volatility, and we're able to predict momentum swings, and we're able to predict good exit strategies, good entry points because the charts and the charts is information that it's giving. So it's great stuff.
Absolutely. Well, you got any thoughts on that, Randy? Because you use the thing, and you're not doing micro moment trading, but you're using it in all your trades, which is a larger number of trades in your covered call service. What are your comments on that?
Yeah, well, I still do micro moment trading as well during the day. So I've got all the charts up all the time. I look at all the various techniques that you have here at Compound Stock Earnings, the credit spreads as well as the cover calls and momentum trading and micro moment. In fact, while Tony was talking, I got 6.2% return on a trade. I think it was in 2 minutes and 16 seconds during that time.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Well, let me say one thing on when Randy does a micro moment. A lot of times it will be he'll let him ride longer sometimes to get the return he wants, and what we call those macro moments. What do we call those?
Momentum trade.
Okay, yeah. So he's trading both of them, and but that's great. That's great on that return.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So lots of good rising and declining cycles today.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. We have Keith had his relative died. He went to and Randy reminded me earlier his mom, who I had only met I think once, died exactly a year ago. A year ago today, and his dad also died less than a year ago, right?
Yeah, he was in November.
Did you in November? Yeah.
Mhm.
So kind of more than that, and of course this Monday's big military holiday, and salute all those guys. Tony's in the. Are you in the reserves, Tony?
Yeah, right now. Yep.
And I was in SAC in the Air Force back there during the Vietnam War, and I still have PDST, PTRT, whatever that is. If I could ever figure out the initials, I got it. Either from that or the hurricane. I spent the 8 days down in Puerto Rico during the hurricane of last year, trapped and couldn't get out. So, and Randy, were you ever in service? No, you weren't. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I got lucky. My number was 17 when I was 17 years old. My number was 17 to go in the draft in Vietnam War. But when I turned 18, the draft was eliminated, so I didn't get called. I got lucky. I was one of the lucky ones.
You must be pretty young, even toward the end of the Vietnam War. Ended almost before you were old enough to draft, didn't it? So,
Well, yeah, that's why they stopped the draft, because it was winding down.
yeah, because I got out in '72. Yeah, so
Yep. 72 was when I turned 18. So
yeah, there you go. So we have a program. If you happen to be listening to this and you are a military vet and served in any of the combats overseas, mostly, Middle East area over there, then you get all of the CSE programs for free. And we've been doing this for a number of years, I think 4, 5, 6 years. And so if you know a vet that and he wants to come along and participate in our stuff, it's a great way for him to get in for no cost. I hadn't announced it, very often. Kind of forget about it, but it's published all the time in our Cal report and in the on the website. But it's really a good deal. We went on a cruise. We had a cruise. In fact, I think it was the one that Micah was on down through the Caribbean a few years ago, and we had one of the vets was there, and he had he should have had a Purple Heart. I mean, the guy had been through the worst of the worst, and he was not injured, but he had really seen activity, and he was really doing well. And every now and then I get an email from him. One of the other people that's interesting is what is that program where those guys do all those gymnastics, all kind of stuff, and they go across.
American Ninja, the American Ninja Warrior.
American Ninja.
It's starting up
American
next week,
Ninja
I
Warrior.
think.
One night I'm sitting. Yeah, one time this must have been 3 years ago. I'm sitting there watching American Ninja Warrior, and at the end, the people that have participated or the winner, they always set them down and have a little interview. What do you do? And this guy said, "Well, I'm a trader." He says, "I use compound stock earnings. I do covered calls." And I thought, "Wow, that's cool." I wish I had gotten that, recorded. And there it was, the American Ninja Warrior winner. So, yeah.
Yeah, he's actually one of the premier
Really?
guys. He's
He's
made it all the way to the Las Vegas finals.
Oh, really? Is he still
Yeah.
around? Do they ever come back?
Yeah, last year he was still competing. He's in his 40s.
Huh. Oh, well. I don't know who. That must be Micah with music. So he's having a tough time today. So he's got this fan on his computer that is so damn noisy that he had to mute his microphone, and then he did a couple of trades and forgot to come back on because his microphone was muted. Nobody knew what the hell he was doing. So, are you still there, Tony?
Yep, I'm still here.
Yeah. Okay, well, shoot. we'll kind of call it a day. I think we got a lot out. What Randy's up to, Mike doesn't seem to get in, but he's right there with, with Tony, and they're together. So you know what Micah did today, and of course Keith is at a funeral. So we'll call it a day, and look forward to everybody being here next Thursday. We will have our phones back on. You'll be able to call in and ask any questions to any of these guys and myself also. Go to our website, compoundsstockearnings.com. You can find out everything we do on that website, what things cost, what things are free, any upcoming trips we have or dinners we're going to be having. You can sign up for the Cow Report, which comes out every Friday. It comes out every Friday afternoon, tomorrow afternoon, it's dated on Saturday. And it has all the emails from our clients, the questions they're asking, and the answers they get to those questions. Right now, primarily, it's people just writing in and then telling what they're up to, and then emails to Randy and Keith, because we just haven't had Tony and Micah on there. They're just now ending up their third week. So, and we're just now starting to get emails. So pretty soon I'll be publishing those emails in the Cow Report. You can see what their clients are doing and the questions that they're asking. We're trying to get them up to generate some questions and understand that they can write emails to these guys too, and get them answered on this podcast, and they show up in the Cow Report. But it's compoundstockearnings.com, compoundstockearnings.com. And so you guys have any last comments or thoughts?
No.
Hope everyone has a good weekend and safe travels for anyone that's traveling around.
Yeah. And Tony, if you got any, since you're in the reserves, if you run into anybody or know anybody in there that's has had active duty in any of those campaigns over in the current campaigns, well, hey, tell them to give me a call or give me my email address, because they can take all our stuff for free. So
Sounds good.
okay. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Randy. Thanks, Tony. And thank you, Micah, for trying to get in. We know you're there.
Yeah.
See you
Well,
later. Bye-bye.
we'll see Micah next week. Goodbye.
Okay.